Hi, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all staying well and making the most of your free time. Having my husband home and being forced to stay home myself, I've managed to get quite a bit accomplished around the house that needed doing. During this quarantine, I've also been reading more, talking with God more, and listening to sermons. And in the next several videos, I hope to share with you some of the precious things that God's currently showing me. But I've decided rather than doing a long video, I would do some shorter videos and just kind of keep it on one topic. So today I'm going to look at the Christian walk and motive. I'm going to admit to you up front that I've never really considered my motives. I just knew that I was saved from a young age and that the Lord provides everything that I need to do what is right if I'm willing, and that I should do what is right, and etc. But in my reading, the question of motive has arisen. And I've started to examine whether my motives have been self-centered or God-centered. I'd really never given it any thought. You know, there's a lot of reasons why people live as Christians. Some desire to please God to maintain their reputation with others. People in their congregation, their circle of friends, their family, they have told people they're Christians, and now they have to really kind of maintain that behavior, because otherwise what would people say? Other people desire to please God to feel good about themselves, to feel that they're a good person. Some do good deeds because they were taught certain ethics when they were growing up, and they've just carried on doing those things. But none of these motivations are in any way related to God, and so they're not acceptable to Him. Hang in there, I'm going to explain why. Consider the story of when Joseph was enticed by Potiphar's wife. He didn't refuse her advances because he was thinking, oh, if I did that, my master would have my head. No, instead he said, quote, "How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Genesis 39:9. You see, Joseph's motivation was centered in God, and because of that, it was acceptable to God. Sometimes when we're tempted to do something wrong, it doesn't even have to be a serious thing, but by our conscience, we still know that it's wrong. We can be guilty of, and I've done this, of reasoning that we better not do it because God might punish us or discipline us. And while that's better that we fear God's discipline than to choose sin, it's still not the right motive. In fact, it's really sort of self-centered. We should choose not to sin because God is worthy of our most honorable conduct. Can you see how our motivation needs to be Godward? In 1 Corinthians 10:31, Paul tells us that even our eating and drinking is to be done for the glory of God. So everything, even the day-to-day things, should be done with the motivation of pleasing God. And why should we submit ourselves to human authority? Well, 1 Peter 2:13 tells us we do it for the Lord's sake. So we don't submit to human authority because we're afraid that we'll go to jail or that people will see us as a troublemaker. We do it for the Lord's sake because we want to be pleasing to Him. And why should we submit to one another? Ephesians 5:21 tells us, out of reverence to Christ. That should be our motivation. Nothing but that. All our actions, if we want them to be acceptable to God, must be done out of a devotion to God. And we demonstrate our devotion to God by our earnest desire to, and our sincere effort to be like Him. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be really focusing on looking more closely at my motives. And I'm going to be asking God to help me to do the right things because He is worthy. Devotion to God is the only acceptable motive for actions that are pleasing to Him. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and would like to be notified when I upload future videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified straight away, and hit the like button under the video and share this with anyone that you think will be blessed. Until the next video, God bless you. Bye.